Hello everybody, in this section and after these couple sections we are going to learn NumPy library, and NumPy library is designed for Python, especially being used for the data science and machine learning, and that is one of the most powerful tools for data because it's calculated a huge amount of data very fast, very efficiently. And let's dive in and I will be showing you some illustrations why NumPy is important and what it is all about. So now I want to make introduction to NumPy and make some visual illustration about why we need to use the NumPy and why it's so important for data science and machine learning. But before diving to the NumPy itself, I just want to remind you that we have some different types of data in Python. So some of them are lists, tuples, and dictionaries. And if you remember that the list, it looks like we have a brackets, and inside we have a different types of data. It may be integer, it may be string. So for example, I can say number 1, number 2, number 10, or even I can put some strings like A or even ABC. So all of them are considered to be a list. The tuples are almost same like a list, but the only thing is they instead of brackets they have a parenthesis here. So I can say like 1, 2, 3, or I can say A, B, C as well. So the difference between tuples and lists we already covered in our previous episodes, and also we have a dictionaries, and the dictionaries is saving the items and the values for that. So if you want to check what is the dictionary is all about, we have some episodes of that as well. So that was kind of data type. So what if we have data that was stored in a different way? So for example, I have a one-dimension array. So one-dimension array is almost like in tuples or list. We have only one line of data. So right now we have a 3 and 2. We have only 2 data over here. I can have like a couple more as well. So that is one-dimensional. What about two-dimensional? So right now I have a two-dimensional. So if I bring, like if I give the sample of my list, so in order to write that list, I can say list A is equal to, oops, let me put it here, and I will say 1, 0, 1, and also I can say the list B as well. So here is a 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. So in order to represent that array, I need to use 2 different lists. And actually it will be not exactly same, and that they will be different because right now I have 2 different datas, but here as a 2D array I can have only one as organized set. And also we can have some more complex stuff, so I can have a 3D arrays as well. So right now, as you see, it's a little bit more complex. I have a data over here, and I might have another data right on the back of one. So for example, let's imagine this cube is representing number 1. As you see here, that is representing 7. What about that cube? What about this cube? So I can have 3D arrays as well. So that could be considered as a 3D arrays. So if you give us the samples of why we are learning that, if you see, like I have a chessboard right now, and if you zoom inside, even every single cell, it has index, it has address. And for example, let's imagine I want to talk about this cell only. So how can address it? How can just give the coordinates? So I can say that is the 5D. So that is the 5D, or I can say that is the D5. So that is located in the D5. You see, so right now this picture is showing me a 2D array. I have my X values, I have a Y values, and right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 8 here. I have a 64 different data. And can you imagine that if you have a list, if I have a list, let me just call it list 1, and I need to have like 64 different data will be back to back, so it will take a lot of time, and it will be not efficient as this array is. So here is a representation of that one. And also the NumPy is being used in the image recognition, in the videos, on like the video recognitions. Imagine that you have this picture and it's like pixelated a little bit, but imagine that you have like 1,000 by 1,000 pixels, and if you put 1,000 by 1,000, that means you have 1 million pixels, and you can by using the NumPy library, you can manipulate every single pixel. So right now, for example, if I want to grab, so I want to take these pixels and change the color. So what I can say that I can navigate it. So what is the values of the X and what is the value of the Y? So I can go ahead and change them, and every single pixel is a color, and the color is being converted to the numbers as well. So we're gonna talk about the image processing later on in our episodes, but just keep in mind that the NumPy is all about arrays and organizing them and making fast calculations.